here to support this journey. We're 11 months away, District 9. You're going to see the sun coming out on August 18, 2020.
All right.
7 p.m. Right, we're going to be turning the new page here in Miami-Dade County. So my new day started in the summer of 1985. Anybody here born before 1985? After 1985? So listen, we work hard, we go to school, right? We work hard and we go to school and we expect to come back to our hometown, the 305, the 786, find a good job, right? Sometimes we're living alone, sometimes we're living with family, if we can afford somewhere to live, right? So I went off to school at Florida State University. Any Seminoles? The two Seminoles in the room. Okay, thank you. Renee O'Connor, my girlfriend, working hard, teaching the students at Northern High School up there in Miami Gardens. And I also met at Florida State University the love of my life, Carla Hill. The yin to my yang, the arts to my culture. And we came back home to Miami and, I didn't have a job when I came back from law school. I was in law school. Carla was graduating from Florida State University. We were from the same neighborhood in South Miami Heights, down in Cutler Ridge, also known as Cutler Ridge. And we met each other at Florida State. We came back with all the dreams that we have of coming back home to Miami and finding a job, right? And we couldn't find a place that we could afford. So we started in Coconut Grove, went to South Miami, went to Kendall, and we ended up north of the zoo and bought our first home in 2001, which is on the opposite side of Larry and Penny Thompson Park, right? So that's where we are since 2001. Since coming back home, when you come back home to Miami, you're getting settled back in school, you're trying to familiarize yourself with the city, right? I jumped right in. You cannot wait for people to tell you what to do. Miami is wide open, right? Whatever your profession is in Miami, you gotta step up, right? I had an opportunity to go and work with a law firm. They offered me an opportunity to work with the United Way, right? That's where I cut my teeth on learning more about Miami. As I was 26 years old, right? Some of you are still in your 20s, some of you are in your 30s, and we're all in blocks of 5 to 10 years. And you gotta think about it very carefully as to what is going to be your footprint on this city, on this county, right? And you can't wait for people to give you permission to step right up. So I didn't wait for permission. United Way stepped right in. We had a life event, health event in the family. I left and started my own law firm, right? No one gave me permission. I went in, asked the managing partner for 2 sets of computers and furniture at cost. I started my own firm. Some of you may remember it. Delancey Hill, who represents the companies. You work for Delancey Hill. So we stepped up, right? And that was 2001. 2001, you remember 9/11? Right, we started Delancey Hill 10 days after 9/11. Sometimes when life comes with challenges, you gotta keep pushing through, right? That's what we did with our law firm, Delancey Hill. And in 2001, I applied to the Miami Foundation's Miami Fellows Program. Right? Any Miami Fellows, raise your hands. Changing Miami one generation at a time. That was 20 years ago, right? So I'm here 20 years later, stepping up into leadership, right, for us to turn the chapter on Miami-Dade County. Why am I running, Marlon? People saying, what took you so long, Marlon? What took you so long, Marlon? Right? So now I'm here, right? The election is going to be 2020. South Miami-Dade County, for those of you who venture to get a visa to go over the wall and drive to South Miami-Dade County. We have a lot to offer, right? It's the largest geographic district in South Miami-Dade County. You have the agricultural landscape. Robert is here. Norrisberry Farm, Strawberry Shakes, 2 national parks, the Motor Speedway, the Air Force Base. There's a lot to offer in South Dade. But unfortunately, it's neglected by the rest of us. Why? Because we're not connected to it. Right? I want to change that. Right? We need to change that, right? Because the citizens that live in South Dade, more than they work, deserve just the same nice things that all of us are enjoying in Miami-Dade County, right? And that's what we need to do. District 9, and you have District 8 is on the east, and District 9 is on the west. So come August 18, 2020, I'm asking you to be with me on this journey for the next 11 months. We're going to be picking a new mayor, and you're going to be picking county commissioners in the odd number seats. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. 11 and 13. Okay? The citizens of, I'm one of 13 votes overseeing airport operations, seaport, transportation, water quality, where to build, where not to build, right? Public parks, programs for seniors, whether or not you get an IT technology contract or not, right, Kevin? Right? Whether or not, all of these things I'll be overseen as a county commissioner, right? So even though I represent the citizens of District 9, I represent 2.8 million residents of Miami-Dade County. A $9 billion budget. You need to have a seat at the table. Okay? I cannot lead without you saying, Marlon, what do you think about this? Or what can you do about that? Right? So whether you are a DJ, or you are a community justice lawyer, you're an economic development professional, you're an arts administrator executive, whether you are helping people to navigate international finance, AML laws, or you're a law professor, right? We represent each and every one of them, right? So for the next 11 months, I need you to do 3 things. The first thing you just did, right? You made a contribution to the campaign. The maximum that you can give is $1,000. I'm giving myself $1,000, $55.55 a month since March. And that will add up to $1,000 by next August. Right, so if you can't afford a one-time donation of the $1,000, thank you, Vaughn. All right, Miguel, my friend from Miami-Dade Community College, Miami-Dade College, my friend from the Florida Caribbean Students Association, invested $1,000 in me.
Wow.
$1,000 in me. I really appreciate it. Right? So I need you to figure out the math in your own household. Figure out the math, right? Because it's going to take resources to hire staff, by advertising, get the message out, mobilize voters. These things take resources over the next 7 months. So I need you to magnify yourself. Magnify your friends and family. Right? That's how we're going to win. Each person here, I need you to think about your world. How can I help Marlon to accomplish that? That's one, financial resource. Second thing is, I need some of your time. Phone banking, knocking on doors, right? Organizing an event. That's the second thing I need you to do, right? And then the third thing, which is the most important, because next year's election is going to be rough, right? But I need you to focus and eliminate the noise of the tweets and the CNN and the MSNBC and the foxes in the bushes, right? Right? Ignore all the noise and focus on what you need to do. 3 important dates next year. March 17th, you need to pick a nominee. Pick one. Don't give any excuses. Pick one. And then whoever comes out on the other side of the aisle, right, we're going to sort it out in Milwaukee and have a nominee. Right? And then that nominee is going to go up against whoever is on the other side. That's March 17th. August 18th is a very important election because the turnout is usually lower in that election. Right? Over the last 4 election cycles, it's averaged 20%. That's unacceptable. So if there are 75 people in this room, I don't want 20% of your magnification. I need 100%. So when you receive my email and I said, it's not the amount that you give, it's the percentage of your engagement. Meaning your time, your money, and getting people to vote. That's how you win, right? I worked on the president's campaign in 2008.
What president?
2012.
What president?
Number 44, the best president in the universe. With my friends like Ben Walkoff over there, Andrew and Kevin, we worked on this campaign, and it's all about the margins. all about the margins, right? My grandmother gave the president $25 per month for 2.5 years. Retired grandmother, my late grandmother. This is what I need you to do, right? Focus on magnifying yourself. And then I need to get 50% plus 1 on August 18th.
Please.
50% plus 1, what does that mean? Right? 20,000 people show up, I need what? 10,001. Where am I going to get those votes from? Right? We're going to knock on doors, we're going to call your friends, and we're going to knock it out on August 18th, 7 p.m. South Miami-Dade Cultural Arts Center. The venue is reserved.
Yes.
I'm serious. Reserved. South Miami-Dade Cultural Arts Center, 211th Street. Put out your phone right now and put it on August 18, 2020. 6 p.m. You show up there, we're going to be reporting the results, and it's going to be a new day when the results are reported. I need to be 50% plus 1, Barrett.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? We did a kickoff there in May, and we're going to close it out in 11 months. But you're going to have to put your hand to the bus, right? When the Haitians tell you, come beat, then what a come beat, everyone has to push against the bus. If you're not pushing it against the bus, you're not helping me up the mountain. Right? We need to get up and then down. Right? In the Caribbean, that's what we do. Everyone puts a little susu, a little partner. You do your part. Right? That's the village that we need to put together. Right? So I'm asking you, August 18, 2020, 11 months from now, I need you to put your hands against this bus. And I promise you that we will be, not just me, the next commissioner for District 9 of Miami-Dade. So I wanted, where's Esther and Carla? Come up here. Two special people. Come up here, Esther. So Esther is one of my good friends. We're conspirators. She calls me Mr. President.
Since 2008.
And I call her Madam Secretary. So Esther, as I go on this journey, I just want to give you an opportunity. You stepped outside to say quick closing words before I turn it over to the First Lady.
Okay, so no, it was a running joke for a long time, but Marlon is set to be the President of the United States. So this commissioner thing is just like, all right, let's get that humble so we can talk about the real election. But this man really lives the life. I mean, just knowing what I know, and he really truly cares deeply about this community and the city, and I don't know what else to tell you, because I was saying as a joke, I was working at the Arts Center. Who's at the Arts Center? Hey! Woo-hoo. Yep, we have two. But he really rallied so many amazing people to bring a diverse audience to a giant performing arts center in the middle of downtown Miami back in 2008 when no one really wanted to go to a show. And this guy, I was like, Marlon, you need to rally the troops, and he really did. And so he genuinely believes in the city and the culture of the city. So when I tell you that he is the President of the United States, he really is the President of the United States. And let's talk about Carla Hill for a second. Michelle Obama got nothing on you, bro. So wait, can I introduce Carla? So without further ado, let's talk about the FLOTUS. The First Lady, Carla Hill, everybody.
Thank you, Esther. Don't blush. Friends, family, friends to our family, thank you so much for being here this evening. What took Marlon so long?
Me.
I would say that y'all are ridiculous. I'm the First Lady of 119th Avenue. That's it. We have one of my best friends, Renee O'Connor, is here. We've known each other since FSU. And if you don't believe me, believe somebody else. I mean, I'm married, and you're going to say that I'm going to say all the nice stuff. But when I was introduced to Marlon in 1990, when I entered FSU, He was introduced as a leader on the campus. So his leadership is nothing new. I'm a tad more real, and I know that people are trying to say that he has no experience or he hasn't been in government. Well, that's a lie. Marlon has been on every major political campaign since we got out of FSU. You can ask the campaign, I mean, shoot, even Janet Reno's last bid. We were at the Janet Reno dance party, the real one, not the Saturday Night Live one. So think about how far that goes back. And his care for the community, I am personally proud of him for just taking his love of doing good. Like, he just does good. When you all call him at 10 o'clock, I'm the one going, are those billable hours? Because I like my lights on and stuff. So make sure. I'm the one asking this. He is brilliant. He's a diplomat, like for real. I don't want to go on because we have great Kubla's, our family, DJ, he's fantastic. All of the people that he helps, not even in this community, but internationally. How many visas has he been able to work magic for artists that have to perform here? Again, I'm going, are they not because you work some magic. He is magic. I married up. I know that I'm a flawed person. Nobody isn't, but really, my biggest complaint is porno cards again for Friday. Thank you for cooking for me. He is able to deal with this creative person in his life, and he can find solutions for me in a world that's not necessarily his own. We love where we come from. Our moms and dads, they worked hard to give us what we have now. And our motto is that everyone deserves nice things. And we want that for South Bay. So thank you. Money, time, and votes. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlie Hill. With the new day, we're going to be working on an economic plan for South Day. We're going to be trying to help people have more housing options. Right? We're going to try to mitigate this transportation frustration that we have. Right? We're going to try to do smart development, right? Make sure that we can build where we need to build, but we need to protect our natural assets and our environment at the same time. We can do both. We can do both. Right? These are some of the things that I want to work on. So with you, as Carla said, your support, your financial support, and I know you guys work very hard. Every single dollar that you have afforded me here tonight, we do not take it lightly. Some of my team members that are here, Brittany, Crystal, and Kay, when you get an email from them or you get an email from me, we're going to be moving this thing for the next 11 months, right? It's a process, a marathon, right? You're going to see it build. Right? We ask that you share the stories, share the messaging. You're going to be invited to kind of get more. If you want to learn about a campaign, work with Marlon Hill. We're going to walk you through the steps as to how to magnify yourself, how to organize, how to mobilize on anything that you care about. This is what we do, right? We mobilize. Whether it's for the arts, whether it's for people who are being gentrified, or whether or not it's people who want more programs for their kids. Pick any issue, we mobilize. That's what we do, right? We're not spectators, right? So I need you to kind of be on the field with me. So with that, I'd like to take a couple questions because we're going to turn down the lights a little bit, and you can leave if you want, but you're going to see the videos later, right? You can leave if you want, right? Because it's Miami Carnival Week. Right? It's Miami Carnival Week. Right? 35 years of Miami Carnival. Celebrating Caribbean culture. So we're not going to come into the Simply Good and just leave Simply Good. We're not going to do that. So I take a couple questions from any of you that are curious. Any curiosities?